You chillin'? That's what's up. Doing you. I miss you, man. I love you, man. If you ride with me, that's okay, that's on me. You can be yourself, you ain't gotta lie to me. I could come and slide you, I could be your pilot. We gon' live like we're never gonna see. A roadside, chillin' on the mountaintop. We just wanna jog ride, we only live one life. A lot of niggas terrified, don't wanna live a lie. Oh yeah, you wanna ride, that's okay, that's on me. I got this feeling that my dreams will never come unless I chase it. I've been feeling hella lazy, need to push up on myself. Guilty conscience keep me waiting on some help. Basically, I had insecurities. Mentally, I was killing myself. Constantly running from my memory. Apparently, I was dealing with anxiety. Like, what is this inside of me? How do I identify it? Gotta get it out of me. I just wanna be free. If you ride with me, that's okay, that's on me. You can be yourself, you ain't gotta lie to me. I could come and slide you, I could be your pilot. We gon' live like we're never gonna see. A roadside, chillin' on the mountaintop. We just wanna jog ride, we only live one life. A lot of niggas terrified, don't wanna live a lie. Oh yeah, if you wanna ride, that's okay, that's on me. Rest assured, I'ma be an entrepreneur. I can feel it all in my bones. You can smell it like cologne. I thank God for never letting go. I'm in the studio, getting ready for the radio. Every day I'm always making sure that I'ma work towards my goals. I just wanna make sure I'm on focus. I don't wanna be homeless again. I like a cash flow in a back road with a love bug and a lot of hugs. I've been done wrong since I was young. And it's crazy, cause that's all I really want. If you ride with me, that's okay, that's on me. You can be yourself, you ain't gotta lie to me. I could come and slide you, I could be your pilot. We gon' live like we're never gonna see. A roadside, chillin' on the mountaintop. We just wanna jog ride, we only live one life. A lot of niggas terrified, don't wanna live a lie. Yeah, if you wanna ride, that's okay, that's on me. That's all I really want, chillin' on the mountaintop. That's all I really want. What's up, cuzzo? Where you at? You chillin'? That's what's up. Doing you. I miss you, man. I love you, man. If you ride with me, that's okay, that's on me. You can be yourself, you ain't gotta lie to me. I could come and slide you, I could be your pilot. We gon' live like we're never gonna see. A roadside, chillin' on the mountaintop. We just wanna jog ride, we only live one life. A lot of niggas terrified, don't wanna live a lie. Oh yeah, if you wanna ride, that's okay, that's on me. I got this feeling that my dreams will never come unless I chase it. I've been feeling hella lazy, need to push up on myself. Guilty conscience keep me waiting on some help. Basically, I had insecurities. Mentally, I was killing myself. Constantly running from my memory. Apparently, I was dealing with anxiety. Like, what is this inside of me? How do I identify it? Gotta get it out of me. I just wanna be free. If you ride with me, that's okay, that's on me. You can be yourself, you ain't gotta lie to me. I could come and slide you, I could be your pilot. We gon' live like we're never gonna see. A roadside, chillin' on the mountaintop. We just wanna jog ride, we only live one life. A lot of niggas terrified, don't wanna live a lie. Oh yeah, if you wanna ride, that's okay, that's on me. Rest assured, I'ma be an entrepreneur. I can feel it all in my bones. You can smell it like cologne. I thank God for never letting go. I'm in the studio, getting ready for the radio. Every day I'm always making sure that I'ma work towards my goals. I just wanna make sure I'm on focus. I don't wanna be homeless again. I like a cash flow in a back road with a love bug and a lot of hugs. I've been done wrong since I was young. And it's crazy, cause that's all I really want. If you ride with me, that's okay, that's on me. You can be yourself, you ain't gotta lie to me. I could come and slide you, I could be your pilot. We gon' live like we're never gonna see. A roadside, chillin' on the mountaintop. We just wanna.
Hi guys! was trying to do too much at one time. It was starting to remix on us. I was trying to do too much, y'all. How are y'all today? How are y'all? I see a oh Tifa girl, I saw you in here. I see Kathy. Kathy's already registered for our upcoming fundamental payroll course. I'm gonna make sure I get y'all processed today. Hi guys. We have some combos to have today, guys. We are in a shit storm. Okay. If y'all don't know this, but we are in a shit storm. Okay. So if y'all don't know me, I'm listening to my compliance directors and telling me what I'm supposed to be doing. So my name is Admin Sin. I'm the founder here at Black on the Job. We're a career development workspace that are used to get Black people six figures. We've been in business since 2018. We have about 250. We're actually closer to 300 million, but I can't post a number till we get there. But we're at 250 million in salary increases, and we do so through low cost to no cost career services. We have low cost services that are available, and you can get the website and all that in the link. And then we have our no cost and our community services, such as on Wednesdays, we do our career lives, which is what we're on today. Now, we have some additional legs that we're adding to the business that will come with additional lives this year. I do want to let you guys know I've been working with Dr. Moreland. She is a military vet life empowerment coach because of what we got going on in the community right now with the massive job loss, especially within federal. We got that random orange man in office right now. And so she will be coming on board and doing 2 lives per month free to you guys about mental health and wellness and how to kind of keep things at bay during this time. So we'll have more information on that starting in March. But we do have Dr. Christie coming on board to kind of help us out with a few things just to make sure that we're all good. Okay. Now, Nastasia, you already know my second point of business. Y'all better be opening up y'all emails. During these type of times, especially now more than ever, we need to make sure that we stay connected. Now, I don't trust that clear powder man named that Snow Shield Path, Mark Zuckerberg. I don't trust him, right? So we need to have everybody that's in the Hive in our newsletter, just in case some shit pop off. You feel me? Group gets shut down. We might as well call it this, niggas on the railroad. It's called Black on the Job. So y'all already know we are prime suspects. Okay. I just want to let y'all know right now. The clear folks have been after me. I just want to be very transparent with you guys. Now, I was raised in the hood, so I always got backup plans, but I had merchant accounts. I'd be shut off this week, out of nowhere with no explanation, literally saying, we cannot explain to you why we shut your merchant account down. You get what I mean? I got little backup plans and shit. Okay. Folks looking at me strange, like I do something strange for a piece of change. Okay. They're not liking this. This is not what people would want to happen when they're, directly targeting Black professionals. Okay. And I know they targeting us. Other folks may not tell you they targeted us, but I'm going to be the first to tell you. Okay. And my barometer is always Hispanics, okay? Not the Afro-Latinas. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. The Mexicans. I'm from Cali. The moment folks start targeting Mexicans, I know they next door. Back when I was Christian, the pastor I love, pastor out here in Phoenix, he used to say that, when God bless your neighbor, that means he in the neighborhood, okay? Let me tell you, when they start going after Mexicans, I know I'm their next door neighbor. I don't know what you thought, but I know that we right there. We'll lick away. We'll lick away. They are trying to figure it out. I mean, they trying to challenge citizenships and all types of shit. Okay, I'm like, yeah, we even have to be here. Don't get mad because we got comfortable. Okay, don't get mad because we decided to put, lounge, sit back. You feel me? So we already know. You know what I'm saying? What happens when they start doing these type of things? Okay. You think I look cute? Thank you, Blessed. Okay. I have my little professionals. Now, I had a workshop today for ERG that made me sign an NDA. But what I will tell you is that we had a really good workshop. with a fintech company, one of the largest fintech companies. Really great workshop. They did a resume workshop with us. We've done a leadership workshop with them. Really great partnership that we're building out. So I'm very happy about that. They have been here and I'm not returning and I'm not refunding shit. I already spent half the money they gave us. So I can't even tell y'all the name on a low, okay? Because they made me sign an NDA, okay? So we can't even go there. But yeah, I tried to get it dressed up, you know. Now I don't be putting now because it was an ERG, was their black folks ERG. Um, and it's us black folks, I don't be having to wear makeup and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Black folks accept you the way you are. Okay. They was real cool. You know, black folks appreciate a good skin routine. You feel me? Only them clear folks make you start doing this additional shit. Okay. So yes, I'm hopefully to build out this partnership really well so we can have some more jobs come in. I have been on people's necks. Now, what I will tell you guys is because Black on the Job started building our partnerships back in 2020, and this is across large companies. We have partnerships with, and I'm not going to name the one that we just got, but Visa, Stripe, um, Chase Bank. We've done some things with Workday. We have altogether, we have like 60, and a lot of them are Fortune 500 companies, meaning that we've helped direct staff with them throughout the years. And so, although they know that when you ask Black on the Job to staff, you getting you a Black professional, you guys are very loyal to the companies. They pay you guys well because we negotiate the salaries. And although all these DEI things are rolling down, I will say that our partnerships are very strong. It is due to the bees that we place. We've been able to place bees who've moved up in companies, provided a lot of value and impact. So when it comes to staffing, they're not taking us off the list. So I'm very happy about that. I sent out very candid emails. You know, are you rolling out with us or not? Because I ain't got nobody else. I ain't got nobody else's resumes to give y'all. And I will happy to say that we did not lose not one partnership. They were all extremely happy with the people that we place. And so Admin Joe is now building it back off on the other end. Y'all like my nails. You already know I go to Bonnie Drip. You feel me? She keep me dripped up and dripped out. Okay. All right. Shout out to my girl. So yes, because of the amazing partnerships, they are absolutely ready to go. Now, Admin Joe is building it in reverse. And what that means is she's now creating the organizational structure to where we can post the roles ourselves for the companies on our own platform, and you guys could directly apply to them. And then you guys go through our staffing company. But you already know how I am. I want all the paperwork done correctly. I want all the buttons working and shit. So that give her about another 4 weeks. No, I'm sorry. She told me she's about 2 weeks out. She was 4 weeks out last time. She's 2 weeks out. So beginning in March, hopefully we'll have another company coming out. Trademarks already done, all the fun stuff, okay? There will not be a cost on you guys to be placed. It will not be a cost. Now, I want to let y'all know one thing's for certain and two things for sure. We will always staff the bees who receive the resume and career services from us first. Why? Because I know your resume. I know what your capacity is. We have a consultant that can advocate for you. We understand your skill sets. And y'all not about to embarrass me. Y'all resumes be raggedy as hell. So I'm not about to be sending no raggedy shit. Folks are used to getting some nice, clean resumes from BOTJ. So that's another reason why we never post the roles, because we'll call bees, we have you guys all categorized, and we go that way. So I'm gonna be honest with y'all. If you've gotten a resume done by us, you'll automatically be entered. I mean, if you did something, and I look at the resume, sure, I will reach out to you and be like, yeah, you have all the skills. However, this resume I won't send. So no, won't be no cost for staffing, but I'm not sending your raggedy ass shit. So I'll be honest with y'all. I ain't gonna never lie. Okay. So we got about 2 weeks and we'll have that fully fleshed out. Second order of business. Okay. I'm almost scared. Well, this is the third one. I'm almost scared to tell y'all. But okay. First off, don't message me tonight about it. Because I'm telling you right here, right now, that is coming in 2 weeks, what I'm about to say. 2 weeks. So Admin Rashida, she's been with us for quite some time now. A lot of you guys have worked with Admin Rashida. Um, Admin Rashida on the side, she has a team of mentors, mentees that she mentors. And one of the things that she mentors them on is how to start a small Etsy AI business. She teaches them how to make journals and things like that. She has a team of moms that her little mentees, and she has been able to help them kind of generate extra money between, I think right now we're looking at 2,500 to 3,500 a month. Not a lot, but they have been generating money. So she's been running that program for 6 weeks, 6 months with her mentee bees. We got the KPIs back, and so we're bringing that program to Black on the Job for you guys. A lot of you guys have lost your jobs. You're in between jobs, or shit, you just want to make some more money. Okay, Makiba, I'll whoop your ass. Okay. Oh, make sure I didn't freeze. So she is going to bring that program here. It's going to be called Buzz in a Box or Be in the Box. I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet, but it's going to be a full program on how to start start a business on Etsy, how to make your own journals, how to sell them, how to get them on Amazon, and how to have it to where it's automatically generated. So once you get started and you flesh it out there, it's running on its own. She's going to teach how to use the AI components of it and all that fun stuff. So it's a side hustle. Now, I am not like other Black people groups, meaning you will not get a side hustle Saturday from me. That's not it. Saturdays will not be dedicated, or Sundays, to where y'all could, start posting y'all random businesses. Why? Because I can't bet you. So I don't want to have to fight you. I don't want to have to fight you, and I can't bet all of you guys. You won't be posting links and Black on the Job about your business. You selling shea butter and shit. Folks breaking out. You ain't sending packages and stuff. I'm not here for it. So we will never have a space in Black on the Job to where you're able to post your business, because I can't bet it. Any link that's posted at Black on the Job, you can guarantee you can click it and buy it. And if you don't get something, I will refund you. So at no point in time am I about to be taking on everything else for y'all. I won't be doing that. But we will show you guys how to start a side business and make money. Okay? I'm just going to be honest with y'all. I have to keep this space safe. I believe in safety. You will not be up in here selling people stuff. So much so that y'all know that if a bee DMs you unsolicited, unprovoked, and I don't care if you ask for it, you feel uncomfortable, you can always screenshot that and send that over to me. They'll be blocked out of here. We don't play them type of hoe games, okay? We never play them type of hoe games. I do not want nobody stealing from y'all. And they won't be stealing from y'all on my watch. It is one of the reasons why we have moderators in the group, but I do about 85% of the moderating because I'm very protective. I was broke way longer than I had money, okay? Way longer. And I know what it means to have somebody take your last, or, discourage you because you just got enough money and you're believing in something. I'm not part of that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And plus, it brings down the integrity of the group. It brings down the integrity of our consultants. And we didn't come this far for any of y'all. Some of y'all know the rules. Some of y'all, Harriet Tubman could have shot. I didn't say should have. I said could have. Okay. So I don't want to do any of that. No hoe games. Okay. Now we gonna go to hoe games. We don't do hoe games up in here. We don't. We don't. We don't. We don't do hoe games. Okay. Now let's get to the order of business today, which is strategy, leadership skills, and how we can position ourselves. We got Admin Gerard with us today. He's going to be talking about how he had his journey within leadership. And I'm first going to show you guys the email that y'all should have opened, but some of y'all didn't. So we're going to go over some of these insights and why this matters to us, right? Let me make sure. Got all my little clickies together. Okay. I got all my clickies. Okay. So let me go to my clickies. All right. First order of business. The future of jobs report. The future of jobs report came out. And it told us what roles we were looking to not see coming into this year and for until 2030, right? And we talked about that last week. Now, we pulled some of them here and we talked about how 40% of today's skills will be outdated by the end of this year. Okay. 92 million jobs will be eliminated. And these are the roles that they're looking at, right? And a lot of the roles are going to be clerical job, pedal pushing roles. Now, I'm giving y'all a little bit more insight than what y'all got in y'all email because this went out to our career coaches. So I'm showing you exactly what I have sent over to my career coaches so that they can help you guys move as you guys do your career coaching calls. Right now, we're looking at everything. Oh, y'all didn't get this page at all, huh? Okay. Y'all didn't get this one. But we're looking at data entry roles, customer service roles, telemarketers, social media assistants, logistic assistants. There's about 40 different roles here that are looking to be gone by the end of 2030, right? We have everything from legal assistants, which I didn't think I would ever see on here. Ativla, I know Kenny not a legal assistant anymore. I know she moved on up, but I wonder how things are going for her and how we can kind of move into a better direction, right? And we are learning that leadership and strategy are what a lot of companies are looking for, right? We have technology, the fintech community, healthcare, cybersecurity. And when we're looking at what soft skills they're looking for, they are looking at these are the skills that are going to continue and be very advantageous. Okay, very advantageous. They want to see leadership. They want to see analytical thinking, attention to detail, critical thinking. Does this mean that all you got to do is open up your resume and add these skills? No, that doesn't. No, that doesn't. There are a lot of different roles that are being eliminated, and also a lot of roles that will be created. The key takeaway is that leadership, adaptability, analytical thinking, empathy, and active skills, creative thinking are going to be number one that you need to work on this year. Okay. These are going to be the top soft skills mapped by specific industries, right? So in technology, if you're looking to move into the tech field, key roles such as AI and machine learning specialists, they're going to need skills such as analytical thinking, creative thinking, curiosity, the fintech community. Now, and when Gerard gets up here, I want him to talk about this as well, is that when we're looking at payroll, sometimes we're not putting two and two together, right? So when we're looking at payroll is not the industry. Payroll sits inside of the finance industry. A lot of y'all thought that payroll sits inside of the HR, but HR and payroll can be housed together, but most times it's not because people will outsource payroll to a financial company. Don't put your email down on here thinking I'm about to email y'all. Y'all gonna click that link right here. I put y'all a post up today in the group. Where that post up? I have a whole link. Let me see where my link at. Hold on. I'll get y'all the link in a second. Okay. Yeah, y'all gotta get in your emails, and we're gonna go over our flow desk numbers like we always do. But payroll sits inside finance. And within that, we still need to have leadership and social influence, empathy and active listening, risk assessment, and decision making, right? And within each of these industries, they're going to have key skills that they're looking for. I'll be sending out the rest of this tonight. And this is how our payroll course comes as a solution. Now, y'all know that Gerard and I have been doing this thing for a few years now. And I'm really happy that we started off very early. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he'll tell us he's in his 6th cohort with us. But I think in all the years that he's done payroll with us, we've only had like maybe 3 people not pass the course. But I want to talk to you guys about why we always push the fundamental payroll course to you guys. Number one, we knew this was coming down the road for these roles. Many of us, such as myself, do not have a degree. Okay? We don't have a degree, or we got a degree and some shit that really don't matter. Admin Laura got a degree to your role, because I know how y'all get. Admin Laura has a degree in sociology. She's a product manager, right? A lot of us, we didn't have our parents up our ass telling us that you can't just go to school and start picking shit out like it's Disneyland. You want to have a strategic career plan. We didn't go about it that route. Folks like me stopped halfway through. It's okay. But these type of roles, right? These type of roles have always been on the chopping block for companies. When they start doing massive layoffs, they're always looking to figure out how can they reduce their people budget. And one thing that Gerard and I, when we collaborated, we decided, and what he brought to us was, hey, this is a way that we can get people from working from jobs just over broke to actually being in a career path. Okay. Yes, Pam, I do believe medical coding will absolutely be automated, and I could check the list for you and see. Right? And sometimes we have degrees and it's not reflective of that. Roles that Black people historically are overrepresented in and oversaturated in are quite honestly at the bottom. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. A lot of y'all are right here. And this is when they're saying this, these numbers right here on the side is the amount of jobs that they predict to be gone by the end of this year. So by the end of this year, damn near 30% of admins are going to be out of a job. 15% of bookkeepers are going to be out of a job. 20% of data entry are going to be out of a job. Customer service, a quarter of y'all. And the payroll course is here to kind of bridge the gap. Number one, give you a certification for those of us who don't have as much education, and nuzzle you in a different industry that's always growing. And that industry will be the finance industry. Now, does that mean that, okay, all I got to do is take this course and then I'm good to go? No. It still requires you being on top of your own professional development. And so I'm going to talk to you guys today, and I want Gerard today to talk to you guys about how he's been able to continue to grow his career in payroll and start his own consulting business by honing in on his leadership, right? His strategy. I definitely am the very first person to say that your career is not your whole life. No one here is telling you that, oh, you got to make, your whole life evolves around your career. No. However, how you eat, where your kids go to school, your health care is all dependent on your salary, right? I ask the question once a year. Who determined what type of car you drove? Your job or you? Who determined, what school your kids went to? Your job or you? Right? And during these type of uncertain times, it's very important that you're on a career path that does not lead to nowhere. I'm going to give y'all an example. Claim adjusters, we always pivot you. There's not like, if you're working claim adjusting, what is your next move? There's not going to be like a director of claim adjusters, right? We have to kind of start thinking about those things. We also have to start thinking about what we want for our own lives and how we want that to look. And during these type of times, especially now, we know that right now they did a massive layoff at Workday just yesterday, 8.5%. They're not just cutting at the bottom. So can your role be eliminated? It can. And if your role is eliminated, how will you pivot, right? And if you're working in a role that right? We know when we're working in a brain dead role. We know when we're working in a mouse clicker role. And those things have their times. You feel me? But at the same time, we still have to look at how we're going to continue to project upward. Okay? Are we all on the same page? Put a B in the chat. Atiba's in FinTech leadership, and Atiba's been with us a very long time. All right, let me get Gerard up here. Gerard, okay. You look at me, I'm Making the butters work. Oh my God. Don't click that link. That ain't even here no more. Gerard, look, the links work. Oh, and you on mute. It's not even me this time. It's not even me. You on mute. See? No. Nobody can hear you. When I look, your green not greening like my greening. No. Step in the name of love. Let me tell y'all what's happening. Gerard be having all his fancy shit. He always trying to outdo a nigga. You see how he tried to have his mic out and stuff? You feel me? He thought that he was about to come to the B team and outdo me. Every time I think I got my setup together, he tried to come here and out set up me. That's what's happening. No. Don't panic. That's what happened, y'all. That's what happened. He always, oh, I'm so happy about this. I can't wait to tell you later. Go out and come back in. That's the best route. Okay. While Gerard get his stuff together, I want to show y'all some of the roles that we pull. Y'all see, I already knew. You feel me? I finally beat him at his own game. So, wait, here he come. He back already. Damn it. Okay. No. Now I could do a ghetto and call you on my cell phone too, and you could be right here and talking too. I could do that. I don't mind it. Get it together, Gerard. Let him know, April. You know he tried to you see Erica, he tried to podcast mic me. You know, we gotta keep these brothers in line. Okay. We gotta keep these brothers in line because you already know what he was trying to do. And why he do that, I want to show y'all some of the roles that I pulled for you guys so that we can understand the difference between a leadership role and you want to try?
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Oh, we can hear you. Oh, you got it. Empress says she gets them W-2s went out on time this year because you got your little podcast mic. You already know.
I have this mic every time we talk. I don't know why y'all try to play in my face every single time I get on here. This is the same equipment I done had for 4 years.
No. You can tell he got the upgrade. Y'all know.
This is the same shit I done had for 4 years. Don't do that.
How you doing, Gerard?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Okay. So, Gerard, I want to kind of have you talk to them about your journey within payroll and how has you going after leadership positions and not just being more in the tactical space of entering numbers kind of helped you stay out the clear during, I'm sure you've had layoffs and stuff before.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. So I've been in payroll 24 years. I actually started when I was 17. Right before I went to college, worked at the church, did the church payroll. That's when you learn a lot of, you got to be real close to Jesus when you do the church payroll. Let's just put it that way. Went off to college, ended up getting my degree in HR management, did some payroll jobs while in college, mainly data entry stuff. And then I ended up working at the company that I'm at today. Matter of fact, I've been at the company 17 years, which is crazy to think. So I started off at the company in a benefits king role. So I was adjudicating FSA claims. And
What's
I was like,
adjudicating mean?
Like authorizing them, just
okay.
like, all right, boom, yes. Yeah, I'm going to approve this prescription. No, I'm not going to approve your teeth whitening, adjudicating. Okay. So did that for about a year and some change. And I was just like, all right, well, this is cool. I got a degree. I need to go ahead and move up because I'm not going to want to adjudicate claims for the rest of my life. So ended up moving pretty quickly into the benefits role. So I ended up right before I moved out of benefits, I was the reconciliation manager, the reconciliation specialist And so we were responsible for taking the contributions that were in the benefit system and making sure we actually had the money to balance. And so it was a lot of journal ledgers, journal entries, and things like that I moved into. So in August of 2010, got the opportunity to move into payroll at my company. And I was like, oh, this will be fun. Started at 17. I'm ready to do this. And it started off as kind of just answering basic questions, helping with supporting keying like basic payrolls. And I was like, all right, this is cool, but I'm ready to, I need something else. Like I need to go ahead and move into leadership. So I was the nerd that took the manual home and I read through the manual off on my off time. People thought I was absolutely crazy. Like, why would you do that? You're not getting paid for it. I'm like, I'm investing in myself. I'm going to make this work for me. And then within 15 months of being in the department, they promoted me to the supervisor. Youngest person in the department, only person of color in the department, youngest tenured, obviously, because I had just gotten to the department less than 2 years ago. So becoming a supervisor, people weren't too happy with that part because it's like, oh, how does get in here and do what he needed to do? But I knew what I had to do to get where I needed to be. And so as I progressed into payroll, and let me step back, I work for a service bureau. So while I do payroll, I am not your typical payroll director at a company processing one company's payroll. I am responsible for about 12,000 clients that use our systems to process payroll. So what I learned in that process is no offense. And, I would do end-to-end payroll work for a company, but I learned that the more I can pivot and be in strategy related roles, number one, and in roles that generate revenue versus just a support department, that's going to continue to create stickiness for my job to continue. So when I make the company money, they end up paying me more. And so that's really what kind of spearheaded me into moving into more strategy leadership within payroll. Because again, I talk to people all the time. We've had these courses. This is our 7th cohort that we're getting ready to do, which is crazy to think. But we'll get in. It's like, oh man, I came in and I got this payroll job, but I ain't like. It's like, okay, I can lead you to the water. I can give you the strategy, but it is going to be your responsibility to make sure that you make it the best that you can be. Because, I mean, you've said it before, you've already kind of touched on it earlier today. You can provide all the resources in the world, but there's no magic button that you are providing that says, hey, do this, and you are magically going to make $150,000 in 6 months. Could you? Yes, of course you can. You've got the resources, you've got the proven track record, but it's still going to be up to you to make sure you do that. So that's kind of what I did, is made sure I pivot to more strategic role versus a functional.
Okay. So when we're looking at what it looks like, y'all see, y'all, this is why, I'm a strong, independent Black woman until it's time to open up a bottle or something, y'all. I promise y'all. I was doing real good. You feel me? I'm like, I don't need these men for shit except to open up my cans and bottles. You men are very useful for such things. But I was struggling for a second. I was struggling. Now, Gerard, when you talk about, because when we're looking at the role of payroll, right, I could definitely see how someone would think that payroll is a data entry position. We're entering payroll. Yeah.
Right.
How would you say, like, let's say mid-management for you, within a strategy type role, how would that have differed? So if you're not just entering the payroll, what type of functions are in your role that's more strategic versus data entry, would you say? Can you give like one example?
Sure. So my role, so a lot of mine, the difference, I do a lot of process improvement. So, keying is, okay, I got to make sure it gets done. The deadline's Wednesday so that people get paid Friday. You're not it's very lateral thinking, very functional thinking. My thought process is always, okay, what can I do to save on expenses or generate revenue? And so the mindset, number one, is the clear indicator between just processing and keying payroll versus, the director strategy function, or even before I moved into the director role. It's just more strategic thinking. Like, okay, we've got these 12,000 clients. Yes, they're processing, but is there a better way to get them to process? Is there an easier communication method that we can utilize? And that's where my mindset goes. So I'm not thinking about if somebody's payroll's right. I'm thinking about how do we make sure that we have a sustainable business that we can continue to grow.
Okay. And like Ativa said, go ahead and put in the comments process improvement. Process improvement. And that's such a good way to look at it, because when we're looking at finances, and payroll is a type of finance, and you can look at it even from, like, let's say payroll is a project, right? One of the projects you're working on for a company is within their finance department, which would be payroll. When we're looking at that, we're always looking at ways to save money and how to make things better, right? And so instead of taking it, as he said, as a very tactile type role, he's looking at it from a bird's eye view of how we can make this system do things better. Now, he brought up a good point, and y'all don't like to say it, but I'll say it for y'all. A lot of us appreciate and gravitate towards roles that we don't have to do a lot of widespread or circular thinking, because we're stressed out, we have other shit going on, or we really don't want to put a lot of to work. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, Gerard. I know you ain't gonna want to back me on this, but you could back me via text message. You could back me via text message, okay? You ain't gotta hold your card up right now. I will absolutely say that the Black community pushes Black people to look at their jobs as something to have a brain dead mentality. Like, you just in there to get a paycheck. You ain't trying to do shit. Oh, if it's more than 2 interviews, don't go. You get what I mean? And then I see it because I only have a Black staff. I will say that it takes a long time for me to hire someone on my staff. We go through a lot of people. When I mean slow to hire, quick to fire, they never even talk to you guys, because we have to switch our mind in the Black community when it comes to work. A lot of us were taught that I hate Mondays, I hate work. Work will never be something I love. And I won't say just because I work at Black on the Job, but Gerard, in a more strategic position that you've been in, I'm sure Tivla can attest for it too. Would you say that having more of a strategic role gives you not a love for your job, but you at least like it?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, because it gives me 2 things. Number one, it gives me more of a love for it, so I'm not in the functional, man, I got to make sure everybody's paid. 2 weeks later, I got to do the same damn thing, you know.
Mhm.
But the number 2 thing is, if you talk to payroll people, and for those who are listening to payroll, be like, well, my auntie's in payroll and she always talking about she never get to take a vacation. I ain't got to worry about that in my strategic role, because it's like, you know what? We gonna hold this strategy, because I got a 2-week vacation plan this summer. We gonna hold that strategy for 2 weeks as I go and enjoy myself on the other side of the hemisphere. And that's things that I don't have to worry about in a strategy role, because yes, I am relied on obviously in my role, but it is not to a point where I can't afford to not take vacation. And so that's another reason why you want to make sure that you're pivoting into a role that does lean more to a strategy side versus the functional processing side.
Right. I would say that the way that Admin Laura taught us was that she's not in a production based environment to where she's beholden to like these KPIs that are very strong, that they're like usually on a daily or weekly type thing, to where her KPIs and my KPIs, and I'm sure even yours for your business, you're looking at it from an overall month and an overall quarter, to where even for me at Black on the Job, one of the biggest rules is that we're not able to do like a um, like a review meeting on how a campaign or anything went into the next quarter, because you're too close to it, and we need to take a step back the next quarter. And then, like, I think next week we're actually going to start looking at last quarter of last year. We can't do that right away. We need time to kind of absorb it and look at it on a bigger scale.
Correct.
Would you say that even when it comes to how you go into like leadership or strategic or more strategy based functions outside of mindset, I think also we have to understand, well, I guess it's mindset to behavior, right? When you're looking at like a strategic role or more strategic duties, do you think that you spend more time like thinking or doing?
Definitely thinking. I tell people, I just told somebody earlier today, it's interesting that I end up spending 6 hours in meetings a day and then wondering why I can't get nothing done. It's like, because I'm too busy, taxing my brain. Y'all are asking me all these questions and all these meetings. It's like, we do actually have to take time to do the work. So yeah, I definitely spend a lot more time thinking. And the good thing about being in a director role is my thinking, I can delegate the doing. It's like I'll carve out the what the 30, 60, 90-day plan looks like. I might do 12% of the actual doing of that plan. I'm owning it, so I'm the 100% owner of it, but I might touch 12% of the actual work because I have a
Okay.
group of people that do it for me.
So Gerard brought up something now. When you guys ask what's the difference between a leader and a manager, it's the difference between thinking versus doing. Go ahead and put in the chat thinking versus doing. Thinking is leadership, doing is management. Thinking is leadership, doing is management, meaning that managers are there to manage the solutions, right? The thinkers, the strategists, the directors, those in more complex solution based environment, they're actually the ones planning. Remember, directors, they get paid to think. Even mid management, when you're looking to move into more leadership roles, you have to focus on how can I make a solution that has a ripple effect across. It's thinking versus doing. Gerard, one thing that I struggle with a lot of times in the career coaching calls with the Bs is that when I try to move them into a leadership role, they say, oh, no, I don't want to manage anybody, or I don't want to work into management. It's like sometimes people think that if you ask them to think, they're thinking that you're asking them to do, and not understanding that with management, you learn how to create solutions across different types of problems. And that's what kind of hones in your mind into getting into more of a strategic position, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely agree. I know people are some hesitant, and like you said, it kind of goes back to what you were saying a little bit earlier. Like, I just want to come in, work till 5, and be done. You leave me to, and like, okay, that's cool. Like I tell my friend, some of my people who are just like, man, I got to move to the next level. It's like, okay, but you're doing the same thing that everybody else is doing. You're never gonna have a company full of leaders. You're never going to have a company full of managers. You're going to have 60 to 80%, not even 60, about 70 to 80% of the doers, because you need them. And then you've got, 15 to 20% of the leaders. If you want to be a leader, you've got to do something different than what the other 80% are doing. And so just making sure that you set yourself apart, you carve yourself apart. Leadership, of course, I'm not going to say leadership's for everybody, because it's not for everybody, but you have to understand that you've got to have the right mindset, number one, to make sure that you are prepared for leadership, and number two, that you don't look upon it as, and the reason, and I think I said it in the chat, a previous chat, when we were talking about leaders and managers, the reason some of us don't want to lead anybody, because we don't want to lead ourselves.
Oh, I was about to get into that. You saw my smart. You saw my smart. Drew, I'll do it for you. I'll pick up it. Boom, boom. I'll pick up the AK-47 for you. Let me tell y'all something. And I'm going to be real with y'all. Some of y'all think you know how to think and you don't know how to think. That's the part. That's the problem. I will absolutely say, and I will be the first to say it, and y'all can call me, egotistical or whatever you want to call it, entitled or whatever. Some of us don't think at all. We are very much, part of thinking is accountability. Pam's situation, Pam, this is not for you. Pam, you're in an individual contribution position, so you need to go into a strategic position. You need to go into strategy. I wouldn't put you into leadership. I put you into a strategy position. So you need to go into consultant. Inbox me, Pam Burnell. That's just the Pam. Rest of y'all. Y'all don't want to think. That's another thing that a lot of us gravitate towards whatever is next because we want to make more money. But in reality, you have not considered thinking at all whatsoever. You're waiting for someone to think for you, because then if you thought it wrong and shit fucks up, you're not to blame for the fallout. You have to understand that about yourself too, and ask yourself, are you willing to have accountability? Gerard said that he's processing payroll for 12,000 different companies. What that means is that he's doing process improvement for 12,000 companies. Let's say, for instance, he makes a mistake and 12,000 companies will now feel that mistake. Gerard is not in the position, okay? Gerard is not in the position to where he can say, well, I don't know. I mean, Sin was the one who told me to do this. I'm just doing what they told. I mean, that's he's not in that position. He's gonna have to fall on his sword. He's gonna have to go and have a meeting and say, hey, I thought that by optimizing this and integrating this new product in, it would do this, and in reality, it didn't. So I did have a risk plan, right? I had a contingency plan if this messed up. And so I'm going to have to enact that. This is going to cause these delays. And I just want to say that I have my team prepared for that. He's going to have to fall on his sword. Most of us don't like to take accountability for nothing. I hate to say it. And this is not just because we're the Black community. Of course, it happens in others. I mean, the teacher can't even tell you to sign a permission slip in your kid's backpack. Some of y'all don't even want to do homework. Some of y'all don't even want to check the receipt when you leave a grocery store to see if you was charged correctly. Ask yourself, are you in the mindset that I'm here to find solutions and I'm here to make things better? Are you that person, or are you a person that lacks accountability even for yourself? So like Gerard said, you don't even want to think for yourself. So of course you're not of the mindset of thinking for others, right? And I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I'm not going to be here to sugarcoat shit for y'all. A lot of y'all will not think. I'll give you an example. I can hire someone. Well, they don't even get far because I have my family members will sign up for resume reviews if I have a new consultant come in, right? They could be good at resume reviews. They could be good at career coaching, have a PhD in ABCs. I can ask something very simple. Hey, when you did Gerard's resume review, did you send him out the Zoom recording? I don't know what happened. When I had clicked on Zoom, I thought that it recorded it, but I don't know what happened. Okay, that's not a problem. Did you go back in and check your settings and see if anything was awry there? I don't know. I've never used Zoom for this type of thing before. Okay, this is your last day here at Black Home Job. Have a great fucking day. Girl, I'm not here for that. Why do you think that you could come to me with some silly stuff like that? Right? I don't do that. I would need to hear first. You come to me. Well, how many of you guys take initiative? Right? Hey, Sam, I just had a call with Gerard. I thought that I was recording to the cloud. It looks like it didn't. I do have his notes ready. Should I call him back and see if we can redo it? Now that the settings are okay, I went ahead and checked with the tech support. Or is it okay to just send the notes out the way it is? That kind of person stays, right? And that's the difference between the two mindsets right there. Some of us, you count to yourself how many times you say, I don't know what happened. Ask yourself, how many times a day do you say, I don't know what happened. I'm looking over there and shit. There's a meteor came and just, we don't want to have that. I'm being honest, Gerard, you know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Ooh, you're keeping a little tight in here tonight, but I see what's happening here.
I'll be honest with them, because even when we talk about the fundamental payroll course, which a lot of them, I was looking at the compensation benefits manager, right? Especially for those that's claim adjustment. These are people that have a background within research, looking at data points from different perspectives, being able to aggregate that data, right? And break it down and help with that final decision making. You can take those skills over with that fundamental payroll course and move it to compensation and benefits. But it's going to require a little bit more strategy, right? Because it's going to be a different set of numbers that you use. But if you're not coming into it with that mindset of, okay, this is how I'm going to pull these two together, how is it going to benefit for that perspective? You get what I mean? And at a time like this where we have to be more strategic, I got to be honest with them. I have to be honest with them and let them know that, even with the skills that you have, the certifications, the master's, the doctorate, the experience, you still got to bring your brain to the table. you still are going to have to bring your brain to the table. And it's just the God honest truth. Do you see people who may have had less degrees than you, or I mean, more degrees than you, or more experience than you in payroll, not be able to take the same routes you have?
Yes. Yep.
Damn,
I mean,
Gerard.
that's a simple answer. The answer is yes. I manage several people that are more degreed than I am. I have a bachelor's. Never went to go get my MBA. Got my certifications in payroll, and started to realize that for what I'm doing, I'm not a chemist. I'm not an engineer. So I don't really need the education. I need to show proof and make a name and experience. And so I did that at my company all the way up to the corporate level. The CEO knows who I am. He can reach out to me if he wants to and ask me questions related to payroll. I am the payroll expert for our 13,000 employees at nationwide. But then I realized that wasn't enough. It's like, okay, you got to be able to do something else. So that's why I created my consulting business. I partnered with the American Payroll Association, which is now Payroll Org. I used to speak for them, and I've made a name for myself over there, which then ultimately made a name for myself in the payroll industry as a whole.
Okay. Wow. Do you think that, like, within your consulting business, you would still have been able to pivot that way if you didn't take like the strategy and leadership you were doing within your role?
No, because I wouldn't have saw myself as, I would have only looked at it and said, the only reason I have this knowledge is because of the company I work for. Like, I wouldn't have had the thinking like, okay, I know this just because I've been doing it at this company for 15, 17 years, versus saying, okay, you know what? I have knowledge that, yes, this company, I did learn at this company, but I've got knowledge that can reach the masses. And so it took having to take a step back and realize, and again, it wasn't even at a moment where I was upset with my company or looking to leave. It was just like, okay, I'm being asked a lot of questions, and it's not even related to the company. It's just related to because they look at me as the payroll expert. Let me kind of test the waters here and see if it's truly a thing or if I'm just thinking too big of myself. And so stepping out into making that leap to move into the consultant role. And the reason I did that is because and I tell the story all the time, I was doing free consulting and not even knowing it. Like, people were inboxing me like, hey, I got this situation at work, and I'm typing up this whole dissertation and giving them, notes from the IRS. Oh, here's this link. And one of my friends was like, what the hell are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm just helping a friend with payroll. And they looked at how I was responding, like, you do know that this is consultant. Like, you could be a consultant doing this. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm not trying to hear that. Like, no. You can make money. And I'm like, all I did was Google the stuff. They're like, that's the whole point. Because they trust your voice, they would rather ask you and you Google it and give it to them, and they pay you to do the Googling just for it to come out of your mouth because you're the expert.
No, it's true. It's true. When Gerard, I will say that one thing that I have realized when people take that fundamental payroll course with you, because it's offered twice a year, because the certification you can only get twice a year. One thing that is true is that he teaches you how to think strategically. There are going to be questions on that fundamental payroll exam that he have taught you the framework, but that solution comes from you applying that framework from your own mind. And even when we're looking at the roles that you can get, right? So taking that fundamental payroll certification as a gateway, taking your administrative skills and executive secretary skills, getting your FPC, and working in workforce planning. Why? Because it covers that HR data, labor cost planning, organizational budgeting, and shifting from admin tasks to strategic workforce development. Even that role there. So let's say, for instance, right now you're an administrative assistant, you're an executive secretary, and one portion of your day is making sure that you guys have enough people on staff, right? You're making sure everybody's there, butts are in seats, or, people are signed in online, right? Taking that fundamental payroll course is going to give you that HR data analytics and that management so that we can kind of transition you over. Same thing with someone that's in data entry and records clerk. And someone asked me earlier about medical billing and coding, right? That data entry, let's say for instance, the data that you're entering, it still have to be compliant. If you're entering finance data, if you're entering vacation data, whatever data you're entering within that company, you still have to follow compliance processes, best practices, you know. And so by taking that course and understanding that, building expertise in payroll auditing, Gerard goes extensively over tax regulations, labor law compliance. It allows you to move from data processing now into a more leadership strategic position by being the person that's over risk. And I even saw some roles that I had saw that were coming up within that, you know, compliance officer. And these roles we're not seeing a decrease in. These are not the positions that are being eliminated, right? Citibank, HR enterprise risk management. Now, are you going to go straight into that role? No, right? We're going to have to get you into an entry, mid, and continue to move up. But what we are going to do is put you on a pathway that's outside the ring of fire, right? Even customer service representatives, you guys have a lot of people skills and industry skills, right? And by taking that course and understanding using payroll data to do what? Inform workforce productivity. So there goes that strategic thinking. Okay, I took that course with Gerard. Gerard kind of showed me how that payroll data ends up being how it is, how to aggregate it. Okay, how can I use that and pull on my people experience to start coming up with strategies to retain more people, coming up with strategies to review salaries, and pivoting from service work into a corporate HR strategic role. That's what we mean by using your brain to kind of couple things up and kind of save yourself. And Joanne, I don't want to keep you for too long, but I do want to ask you, for those that you've seen the most success with, they took this FPC course and they ran with it. What are some of like the unique roles you see them kind of couple together with that you're like, damn, okay, I see you there.
Yeah, so the good thing about it is we've seen several people who have gone, they were in an industry that didn't touch, they weren't in payroll, they weren't in HR, but they decided to take the fundamental payroll certification and continue in the industry that they were in. And, the one thing I always share with people is the way business works is you got to find where the revenue is at your company and make sure, and then because I learned a very tough lesson when I first started working in corporate America. I'm thinking, okay, well, I'm worth this amount of money. And the president just flat out just said, okay, but this is how much this department brings in revenue. So how can I expect? But I'm like, but we're one big company. He's like, no. That's not how salaries work. We pay you based off of the revenue that your company did, that your department generates. So then that's when I learned, okay, I need to be more strategic. I need to be making sure that I'm in a revenue producing department and then I'm in one that's thriving. And so,
I see right here, what's her name? Jelana Glover. She said, I went from telework to working for a CPA firm from taking the FPC course with Black on the Job. I went working on my CPP now so she can move into implementation. Wow. Okay, V.
yeah, Jelana was our very first success story because she was the one that, if I'm not mistaken, again, I'm getting my stories mixed up, but I want to say that once she got her FPC, even before she left that company and started transitioning, she had said, okay, I got my FPC, and they allowed her to shadow the process at the company that she was at.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure that's right. Jelana, you can confirm or be like, nah, fam, you think about somebody else. But I'm pretty sure she's the one that, as soon as she had passed, that she got that opportunity. And then she ended up moving and transcending. And she and I follow each other on LinkedIn. She's going to get her CPP, which is Certified Payroll Professional. That's the designation that I hold. And I'm excited for her story, as well as many of the other stories that we've had.
Yeah.
It's just great to see people that are just like, yo, Gerard, I was making $14 an hour when I took your class, and taking that course, it was already an investment. I listened to you, you inspired me. And then, because of who I am, I hear Sin hyping you up, but I had to go Google you just to see if you were legit. And then when I saw you were legit, it's like, oh shit, he knows what he's talking about. Maybe I should take this course. Then take the course, ended up changing their entire life.
I am so happy, Jelana. I've been trying to get Gerard to do a CPP course forever. He don't never listen, but hopefully he hears us today.
Listen,
Okay.
the CPP. I mean, well, the CPP course has some prerequisites, so we got to see if we got enough B's to make that happen. Hell, I've been trying to do a CPP course of my own for a decade, so we gonna get there. I promise we're gonna get there.
Atiba said that even if you're not in a revenue driving department, even in a cost savings department, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, like so how Gerard said, he went into process improvement. We have Jelana here who went into implementation, right? A lot of you guys, and both of those are project management roles. Ding, 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 guys. I know a lot of y'all like to go to LinkedIn and just type in project management, but there are different types of project management depending on the project. So yeah, you can get using that FPC, you can get into a process improvement project, a digital transformation. If your company moves over from, let's say, ADP to one of the other payrolls, then of course that's a digital transformation project, right? We have implementation. The biggest thing is to use it for two different reasons. If you're in the live today and you're like, you know what, Sam, I've been trying to ignore you, but my role is on that chopping block you saw, right? So if you're looking and you're saying, okay, shit, I don't have to get my little stuff together. They not playing no hoe games no more. You see your role here, insurance and benefits, legal secretary and compliance, retail and banker, claim adjusters, customer service reps, data entry, then this is a great way. If you are here and your role is not there, but you're like, you know what? I've been wanting to move into something a little bit more strategic. I want to move into something with more leadership. Then let's see how we can cross paths there as well. One of the great things about that course is the skill set that you get out of it and having those skills to take that course. The reason why he has such a I think it's like 92, 95 success passing rate because he's teaching you how to think. He's teaching you how to you look at that bigger picture. He's teaching you how things are navigating, being placed together. And we have to start looking at our own selves from that route as well. All of us, we all gonna think that we thinkers. Is nobody in here that's gonna comment right now and say, you know what, you're right. I think real lateral. I'm waiting for somebody else. So, I'm tired. That's it. There's a lot of us playing hoe games. But ain't nobody going to say, I play hoe games. That's not what you're going to do. You going to think you thinking. You don't be thinking, baby. If you was thinking you would have signed up for the course when we first told you that them claim adjusters was about to come down the road. But you did it. You did it. You did it. You did it. You have to understand that the world is changing and evolving. Are you guys seeing layoffs too?
Yes, within the clients, and that was the thing because I had to run some numbers because my W-2 count went down pretty tremendously, and it wasn't even from a client count, like the number of clients we lost. It was the number of W-2s we were doing for the clients we currently had. So through that, and we actually, the former president, he's created what's called the Small Business Index that he gives to MSNBC, and he does that, and it runs off of our data as well as a couple other service bureaus' data to say, okay, this is where the trending is. So some of those numbers probably came from real live data of some of our clients where their employee counts have gone down. We didn't lose the client. They're still a client of ours, but they're not hiring and they don't have near as much the staff as they used to.
Oh, okay.
And this is just from 2024. So this isn't like pre-COVID to now. This is like 2023 to 2024.
Shit. Okay. Now, Gerard, I know people have been asking. The fundamental payroll course is over 2 weekends. Now, I forgot. Let's see if we could peer pressure him. How many people you taking in? His mic not working no more, guys. His mic
so let me tell you what my philosophy is. So my philosophy is, and people who have taken the class and those who are in the chat, you can definitely teach. I give my entire all. Like, yes. For those who have followed me, they know it's like, okay, Gerard, I don't know even how you teach the class with all the stuff you have going on. However, I give my entire all those 2 weekends plus all the way up until you take the exam. Like, I'm cheering you on, I'm asking you questions. And so for that reason, I try not to make the classes super big, because I don't want to make it seem like, oh, well, this is number 47 in my class, this is number 23. Like, I want to put names with people. I want to know your situation. I want to have a conversation. So I ain't gonna put an actual number, but we not gonna. We'll talk later on the actual number, but just know that you're not gonna come into a class with 150 people in it, because I cannot give that kind of capacity. Like, for me, and this is the sole reason why Sen and I even became connected. When we started talking about the class, I started talking about just educating people and the excitement of it. It had nothing to do with any. I ain't asked no question about no money. We talked about that probably 3 conversations later. Like, oh yeah, we should probably put a charge on this class. Like, yeah, that's a good idea. We were just excited about getting people educated and moved into different careers. And so for me, it's just for that. So I try to keep it nice and intimate.
So basically, y'all, he don't take no more than 75. I'm be honest with y'all. He's not doing that. It's about 50,
and
75.
That's
pushing it. 50, 75. And I'm trying to tell you, I have to sneak some beads out the back. Okay. Now that's the reason why we always do a wait list. It's over 2 weekends. The first weekend of March, and then I believe this is the very next weekend of March. It's for 4 hours, and it's on Eastern Standard Time. You will be calculating in that classroom. His success rate is in the 90% plus. And he's going over every single thing. Now, a lot of people say, well, Admin Sen, can I just pay for it and not show up? Use a fool, because I'm not refunding you. That's number 1. Number 2. Use a fool, because I will never refund you on some best like that. And one of the main reasons why is because you took a spot from another B, right? That's number 1. You took a spot from a B because there's limited seating. It's not something that we have, if it wasn't something with limited seating, I'm really a lot more lenient with it. You guys know how I am when it comes to the $50 DIY workshop, but this one is different. Another thing is that I know the going rate on the streets. I know that this class, if you were to go to, what is it now, payroll.org, the governing body that's over payroll, and take this course, I know for a fact it's going to be way more expensive. Way more expensive. They charge about 2 racks to take this. So Gerard does this as I swear to God, damn near community service for y'all asses, to make sure y'all got a good job. Okay. So I put the link again in the chat, and plus it's also going to be in the newsletter. But this isn't serious. Some of y'all need to take this course so that you can strategically move up in your company, start making different moves, understand strategy, implementation, leadership. Not only was he able to, traject in his own career, he was able to start a side business by doing this as well. This is not a field that is degree driven. This is a field that is driven by your understanding, your expertise, and the amount of solutions you can come up with, how fast, for how many people, and how complex of problems. This is not something that is like the healthcare field, to where a degree could be a barrier. This is not one of those fields. This is a field to where if you have the gumption, hey, I want to make more money. I don't want to make $14 an hour anymore. I don't want to, then this will be for you. Now, y'all know I love y'all. Yes, at least about $2,000 on the streets. Ours is $499, $499, $500. Y'all got Afterpay, Klarna, EBT if you inbox me. But you got $500 worth of food stamps, and I got you a class, baby. Me and Gerard go get some lobsters.
You gotta be careful saying that. You probably got some mandated reporters right here in the group. Be like, I hope you were kidding.
You ain't lying. I bet you somebody gonna inbox me. But we want to make sure that you guys put yourselves in the best position. So honestly, this has always been my rule of thumb. If you're making about $25 an hour or less, you should be taking the course. I don't care what field you're in. That's a really good rule of thumb. Look at your paycheck, turn to the left, look at your kid, look up, see the lights. You see the light bill? And then say, I'm gonna have to make some shape. That's what you do. You look to the left, then you look up. I gotta look down. I see Joy Boy. He be needing premium steaks, okay? And that's how you figure that out, okay? It's gonna be in 2 more weeks, y'all. And I joined all the classes. It's a very supportive environment. It's not one to where you get left behind, but it's not one to where this is a class that you can have on while you're cooking, doing errands. It's not that type of time. Remember, we're teaching you how to think, and we're getting you and pivoting you into career fields that will be able to be profitable, right? Implementation, project management, finance, tech. Some people take this course and go into the tech field through fintech. They end up on the payroll systems, and they start making six figures after a year or so. Last thing is, Ms. Glover said that actually she moved to a payroll position 6 months after taking this course. She was making $14 an hour. 6 months later, she was in a payroll management position. Okay. Now I'm gonna answer any questions. I'm gonna use y'all clear folks saying of hard stop. Let me see what the clear folks say. It's hard stop. This is a hard stop, y'all. Hard stop. And see if y'all got any questions. Y'all got any questions? Put them now. Put them now when we got our hard stop.
Let me say, I can't go anywhere. I'm snowed in, so.
Are you? If they want to pay and not show up, call me. Pam. Rosalind, I'm barely joking. I love food stamps. Okay. The exam, yes, you do have to pay for the exam separately. How much is the exam?
400.
About two, one person said three, so it's about 300 to 400. Can we get into the payroll field if we intend on going to law school? Or is the field too demanding? So that's the thing. You can get into the payroll field, or you can get into compliance, right? Because payroll still has to be compliant. If I were looking to be within the law field or within the legal industry, I would take this and go into compliance. I'll look at HR compliance roles, and I would go that route. Let me see if I could show you what I mean by that, because I think I have. Yeah. So I will move over here to risk and compliance, which will be very, very useful when it comes to going into the law field. So yeah, I would do that. Look at this. 2 weeks ago, only 13 people, 100 grand. Okay. So I will go into compliance. Liza says she's closer to retirement than she thought. She needs something. Is there any materials we should familiarize ourselves with before? See, Kathy got her ticket. She asking what she needs to do to prep. She got to figure out her homework. We'll have the classroom set up by next week, probably. And then you'll have things and material you can go over. What we'll do is I'll start looking this weekend, Kathy, from the old classes and start helping him put some of the material in there so you can get ahead. Kathy said, screw y'all. I'm on step 2, baby. Kathy, you wrong. You wrong, Kathy. Liza said, as an office manager, where would you go? So with the FPC course, let me see job insights. Let me go back to this one. As an office manager, you're right here. This course can help you using the FPC as a gateway. You can look at workforce planning. How does that course prepare you for this transition? By covering the HR data, labor costs. So yeah, there is room for you there. How different is the material from 2024 to last year? Did they change the test, Gerard?
They don't change the test until the fall. So if you took the last cohort, fall of 2024, it's the same material for spring 2025.
Okay. Rosalind said, could she get into analytical roles by taking the course?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because because I know some people were like, okay, you teaching about a payroll course, but I saw payroll clerk losing percentages, and that's because that's the data entry. We're beyond the entry, because that is where AI is just like, okay, I can do the entry part, but AI is learned behavior. So yeah. AI is not stealing everybody's job, because all it's doing is taking information that it has learned through different avenues. So analytical roles are definitely going to be your sticking point. That's what got me to the love of payroll that I have before I became into leadership, was more so not the day-to-day king and hours and processing and hitting submit. It was more so, okay, taking reports, finding doing trending and stuff like that. And so, you have payroll, but then there's, it talked about the compensation and benefits manager. A compensation manager and a payroll manager are two different things, because payroll is making sure that people are paid. Compensation is going over all the packages. So when your company decides, okay, we're going to do a cost of living adjustment at 4%, and we're going to pay here, we're going to pay more here, because that's your compensation manager, and that's a lot more of an analytical role, because it takes that reporting and trending versus just keying the payroll.
Exactly. Enos Watson, you're going to be looking at workforce planning when you look to see what you could do. If I have talent acquisition skills and I took the financial FPC course, what can I look at? You can then start looking at workforce planning. You sure can. Credit collection and accounts receivable, Keisha, absolutely. You can absolutely transfer with the FPC. We've had a lot of people within those fields take this course as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes. So, all right, y'all. So how many of y'all we going to see in class? I know we're going to see Kathy in class. Who else we going to see up in the class? This is such a good one. And let me tell y'all, it's such a good time of year because y'all always be complaining. Oh, Sin, when I see you post roles, I'm scared. I always feel like you guys are just here for people with degrees. I don't feel like I'm good enough. The FPC course puts everybody on top. We always see so many. I got the job post from this. You could type in FPC into the Black on the Job group. You ain't gonna listen to me. You can go look at the reviews yourself. And you have some bees in here. That's why they're here today. They appreciate the time they had with Gerard. They appreciate their new careers, which is why they're on a live that they've already done before. I already took it.
I need y'all to stop playing the meek and lowly role, because that's not working anymore. As I think Sin says too, y'all need to start having the audacity of a middle-aged white man.
You do.
I mean, that's what really gets you where I am. So it's like, yeah, I'm definitely going to make sure I have my knowledge, but it's still surreal to me that I am a household name in these payroll streets, but yet I walk in the room not in the meek and lowly sackcloth and ash. It's like, okay, yeah, motherfucker, you gonna charge? You paid me. Like, I step in rooms, I do conferences, I speak across the country. I get, we'd love for you to speak. Okay, cool. If you want me to leave my gluteus maximus out of this chair, you are going to minimum, I don't care if it is a 45-minute session, you're going to pay me $1,500. And that's just the honorarium. That does not include the logistics of me getting there.
Damn, I need to raise my honorarium.
I can do that. And people are just like, okay, I can't. I mean, you just got to have that. You just got to have that grunt, and it's just time out for us playing the meek and lowly role. Like, and I'm a God-fearing man through and through, but it's just like, all right, we got to come get our money, just like these clears.
We do. I'm gonna have to raise my honorarium. My honorarium $950. They need to honor me more. I'm gonna start doing $1,500. I've been doing my honorarium too low.
$950. Do you leave your house to do $950? I don't leave the house. No.
I've been leaving, Gerard.
Even when I'm cutting a deal, the lowest I leave my house for is $1,000, and that's the friends discount. That's the homie discount, or we don't work together a couple times before. I do not leave this house for under $1,000.
Well, shit, now.
And that's $1,000 that goes in my pocket, not $1,000 that I gotta spend to get a flight and to get an Uber. No, that's covered by them. Then the $1,000 on top of that. And like I said, that's the homing discount.
I've been way too nice, because my sister was the one who told me I need to start charging for the hotels, because I was like not doing that part until like maybe 6 months ago. I was like, okay, sometimes.
I'm gonna send you over my contract. It's about 13 pages. You don't, so you can see exactly what I asked for and what.
I'm just gonna take your name off, put my name. Yeah, send me that. I'm gonna just use that one. Shit, I'm gonna. Yeah, because Dr. Miller, Miss Big Bankroll. I told her, like, goddamn, she had one person buy her a backpack because she had told them that. I don't know what happened. She had them buy a backpack and all. Okay. So y'all better be up in the workshop so y'all can start getting paid like Gerard. Gerard not playing them whole games. Gerard don't play whole games. Okay. All right. What did we learn today? We learned that we need to start thinking about our future, thinking about the state of the world right now. Federal bees, I will have a federal transition package out to you guys on Monday. I actually have to fly out to DC this weekend. I have a meeting to figure out some things that's going on. I need some boots on the ground, so I'll be out of here this weekend just to make sure that everything is what I think it is because of the upcoming administration and all these changes and all this stuff. So once I get back, you guys will have a transition package come Monday. The rest of y'all, get to that PC course. Y'all have payment options. Sign up through Afterpay. You pay $125 tonight. I will tell you that he does cap it. I mean, I think last year we did 65 and he had his little feathers in the bunch. Okay. So get it. The wait list, I think they've already taken maybe 35 or 40 slots. So there's still some left. Or we would have just canceled this live. Not for real. But
ma'am, next time you make your way to the East Coast, especially DC, you need to let me know. I'm only 3 hours away.
I know, but you snowed in right now. Okay. Yes, because
No. That doesn't excuse the fact that you didn't say anything ahead of time.
You're right. No, last time I called you when I was in that Virginia area, you wasn't there. You was at a game.
Yeah, but you called me while I was there, while you were there. That's different. Like we're gonna have to work on a thing called plan. This is for a different live, but
You know what, Esther? I'm gonna tell Esther. Esther, whenever I'm in DC, tell I promise. All right, guys. We thank you, Gerard. Y'all get in the classroom. There's some slots left. And remember, we have to learn how to think because we like be as confident as a mediocre white man. Okay. Wish you guys lots of love, pizza, honey. Get